Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Brother Not Brother. And today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my favorite new recipes, a pesto grilled cheese. In the past, Kelby and I have done a video, or maybe a couple of videos, I don't quite remember, but we did a whole bunch of grilled cheeses, whether it was grilled cheese and something. So we had a whole bunch of different cheeses and toppings and things, and this is one I don't think we tried because I have fallen in love with this combination, a pesto grilled cheese. And it's super easy. I actually have some homemade pesto. We've got some basil in our backyard that is just growing like crazy. I can't prune it enough. It is just growing like wildfire here. And so I cut about half of the plant away, and I got about 9 or 10 cups of pesto from that. So it is growing like crazy. I probably need to go through and get the rest of that plant done as well before it all starts to turn or something. I'm not sure what happens if your basil goes crazy, but it's going crazy back there. And also, I like to use Aldi's Italian bread. It's a lot like a sourdough, so if you don't have access to an Italian bread like this one, I would definitely go for a sourdough. Or an Italian loaf is what they call it. But it's like an artisan style loaf of bread. It's got a little bit of crumb and texture to it. So this stuff is like the best for grilled cheese. And then for the cheese, you can use whatever you want. I have found that it doesn't matter which cheese you use with this, they all taste great. Today, I will be using pepper jack and a Kelby jack. Let's go ahead and get started. I started by preheating my pan here at medium, just a little bit above medium. So mine goes to 9 hot, and it's at like 5.5. And I got some butter. We're gonna butter the backs, or the, toasted surface, because all grilled cheese you do this with. So we'll just go ahead and throw those guys down, butter side down. And excuse any noises you might hear in the background. I got some nervous dogs because we're in the middle of a thunderstorm right now. Just go ahead and butter the back of your bread, throw it in the pan. Next, we'll get our pesto on there. I like to use the back of a spoon. It makes it easier to reach in the pan and everything. Just like that, get a little bit of pesto. And I like to put pesto on both sides of the bread for me. All right, and you can add as much or as little pesto as you want. I like there to be a good, decent layer. And now we can go ahead and add our cheese. And as you can see, I'm starting this open face style. A lot of times with grilled cheese, I'll usually start it by just cooking one half and put it all together, and then use the other half to toast it and melt the cheese and stuff. But with my method, I'll actually throw a lid on it to hold in any moisture and whatnot to get us a good melty cheese. I'll just place my cheese on there, and I break off whatever hangs off the edges and place it on other places, or double layer it up. Because, the cheese that falls off the edges isn't appreciated as much as the cheese that's in the center. It's what's inside that counts, you guys. All right, so we've got our cheese on there, we got the pesto in there, the bread is toasting. A little bit of patience, a lid, just to melt the cheese, and we're good to go. On this one, I'm also gonna add some tomato. You can add that, you can omit that, you can add other things like bacon or whatever else you wanna add to your grilled cheese. But in this one, I really, really like it with some tomatoes, and it is tomato harvesting season, so we got some fresh garden tomatoes. Now that my cheese is melted, we're gonna go ahead and turn off the heat. I'll leave the lid on for a minute, just while I slice this tomato. This one was ripened off the vine, so I'm gonna slice it fairly thin for my sandwich. You can also just do this kind of like that mozzarella video I did before, where it's kind of like a caprese, do they call that? I don't know, the tomatoes are just like an open faced sandwich and the tomatoes are on top. You can do that as well, but I'm gonna be making me a grilled cheese with this one. All right, the bottom is looking really nice on these guys. All right, these boys are looking really good. Throw some tomato in there, just like that. And then we'll grab our other slice here, and very carefully flip it over. Whew. There we go, a delicious pesto grilled cheese. Do the obligatory internet. Oh yeah, nice and crispy. Slice it in half. And of course, when you slice it in half, the cheese doesn't stick, but if you pull it back together, let it re-melt together as long as it's hot, you can do one of these. Oh, that came out better than I could have imagined. Oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my new obsession, especially with a fresh tomato from your own garden. They're sweeter than the ones you get in the store. It's just so good. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. The pesto, the cheesy, the buttery, the crunch, and the bread. The bread really makes a difference, you guys. Oh boy. And you know, you can't just make one, so we made a second one here. Get the tomatoes on there. Look at that. So good. Oh, so good. Oh. What did this take? Like 10 minutes prep to eaten. And the heat from the pepper jack really adds to that. If you don't have like a pepper jack or something, I might even recommend a little bit of salt and pepper on the tomatoes themselves before you do that. Otherwise, you may not need salt and pepper. But every bite is so good. But that is the Pesto Grilled Cheese. Let me know what you guys want to see in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can check us out on all of our social media right over here. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Right? Come on, am I right? That's a good one.
You're gonna
Perfect.
make another one.
Make another one? Yep.